Trigonometric equations. This is the last topic of this chapter, including 9 questions of exercise and 5-6 illustration. That is hardly 15 examples are remaining for finishing of this chapter, right? So equations, trigonometric equation. What is trigonometric equations? Equations which involves trigonometric functions. Equations which involves a trigonometric function is called a trigonometric equations, right? In this lecture we are going to find the solution of these trigonometric equations, right? So what is trigonometric equation? An equation which includes a trigonometric functions is called a trigonometric equation, and we are going to find the solution of these trigonometric equations in this lecture. Now we have already learned that the value of sine and cos functions, value of sine and cos function is repeated after a 2 pi. That is principal period of sine and cos is 2 pi, and value of tan x is repeated after a interval of pi, right? That is principal period of tan is pi, that we learned in our previous classes, right? So the solution of these trigonometric equations for which, right, the solution of this trigonometric equation for which 0 is less or equal to x is less than 2 pi, right? Solution of a trigonometric equation in which this interval is given, that is 0 is less or equal to x is less or equal to 2 pi, are called principal solution, right? So this called a principal solution, right? So value of x lies between 0 to 2 pi. Possible values of x lies between 0 to 2 pi is called the principal solution, and the expressions involving integer n, right? Integer n, which means all solution of a trigonometric equations, right? Integer which gives the solution, all possible solutions of a trigonometric equation is called a general solution, right? Is called a general solution. So you have now two types of solution. One is principal solution and another is general solution. And for integer n, to denote integer n, we shall use a capital Z. We shall use a capital Z because Z is the set of integers that you learn in set theory, right? So now how to find the solution of these trigonometric equations? So for that we have a theorem. So theorem number 1, for any real number x and y, right? So first theorem, for any real number x and y. So this is given in your textbook. For any real number x and y, if sin x is equal to sin y, sin x is equal to sin y, right? Sin x is equal to sin y implies x is equal to, this implies x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n, n pi plus minus 1 raised to n into y, where n belongs to z, where n belongs to z, right, is called the solution of this equation sin x is equal to sin y. So you have to express a given equation in this form, sin x is equal to sin y. So if your expression is in this form, sin x is equal to sin y, then answer of this is x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n. This is plus minus 1 raised to n into y, where n belongs to z. So this is the solution of this equation sin x is equal to sin y. So you have to remember this formula, but I am showing a proof of this also, how this comes. So if you forget the solution, then you can derive the solution of this, right? So this is given, sin x is equal to sin y. If I take sin y to left hand side, this becomes sin x minus sin y is equal to 0, and sin x minus sin y is equal to 0. That means you have a formula sin c minus sin d, that is 2 cos into sin. So this is 2 cos x plus y by 2 into sine x minus y by 2. This is equal to 0. So we learned this in our previous lectures of trigonometric, right? Now this a into b is equal to 0 means either this is equal to 0, either this is equal to 0. So that means we have therefore cos x plus y by 2 is equal to 0 or sin x plus y by 2 is equal to 0. Now this is the set of zeros of cos and this is the set of zeros of sine, and we learned in our starting lectures set of zeros and set of range, and also we solved the many questions of set of zeros in lecture number 52, 53, right? So applying that formula, you know cos theta is equal to 0. This double implies theta is equal to twice k plus 1. Either you can take n also. So twice n plus 1 pi by 2. N belongs to z. If you get k, then you have to write k belongs to z. Here in solution it is given n, so that's why I am taking n instead of k. And sin theta is equal to 0. That is set of 0 of sine is theta is equal to n pi. N belongs to z. In that video we take k instead of n. So as per our requirement it is given here n, so I am taking n. If it is given here k pi, you can remember we are using k also. That is solution of sine is k pi plus minus 1 raised to k minus 1 raised to k into y, right, where k belongs to z. So this is 0. So applying this set of zeros of cos and sine, for cos theta, theta is here x plus y by 2. So therefore x plus y by 2 is equal to twice n plus 1 pi by 2. N belongs to z, or this is set of zeros for sine is, I am making mistake here, this is x minus y. So x minus y by 2 is equal to n pi, that is n pi, n belongs to z. So applying these two formula, sin theta, theta is here x minus y by 2, so x minus y by 2 is equal to n pi. These two will be cut. So what we get? X plus y is equal to twice n plus 1 pi, n belongs to z, or here x minus y is equal to twice n pi, n belongs to z, right? So from here, what is x? So x is equal to twice n plus 1 into pi plus minus 1 into y. I am taking y to right hand side, so y become minus. So this is minus 1 into y, where n belongs to z, or from here x is equal to twice n pi plus y, n belongs to z, right? So these are two possible solutions. Now this is odd numbers, this is even numbers, right? And here it is minus 1 and it is plus 1. So combining these two, I am going to write x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n, right, into y, n belongs to z. So if n is a even number, then we will get twice n. So this is twice n, and minus 1 is to twice n. Minus 1 is to even number is always positive. So this is minus 1 is to n, so we will get this answer. And if n is a odd numbers, then we have to take twice n plus 1. So twice n plus 1, and minus 1 is to odd number is always minus. So we will get this answer. So instead of writing two answers, we will combine these two and have a one answer, that is x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 is to n into y, right? So solution of sin x is equal to sin y is x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 is to n into y, that you have to remember, where n belongs to z. This is always required condition, n belongs to z, because if n is equal to n belongs to capital N, that is set of natural number, then this solution doesn't satisfy the given condition. So you have to write n belongs to z, because this is for any integer, not only positive integer, it may be negative integer also, right? So this is the solution. Now next is for cos, but for that I require space. So wait a minute. So theorem number 2 and theorem number 3, right? That is only 3 formulas for sine, cos and tan, right? You can change sec into cos and cosec into sec. So we get the solution. So you have to remember only 3 formulas, and 3 are very similar formula and very easy formula to remember, right? So now for any real number, set of cos x is equal to cos y. So solution set of cos x is x is equal to twice n pi plus or minus y, while tan is solution set of tan is x is equal to n pi plus y, n belongs to z, right? So for this it is given cos x minus cos y is it. So cos x is equal to cos y. So this implies cos x minus cos y is equal to 0. So this is cos c minus cos d formula, right? So cos c minus cos d, that is a formula that you know, to minus 2 sine into sine, right? So this implies minus 2 sine x plus y by 2 into sine x minus y by 2 is equal to 0. Now minus 2 is never equal to 0, either this equal to 0, either this is equal to 0. So this implies sine x plus y by 2 is equal to 0, or sine x minus y by 2 is equal to 0. Now this is sine theta is equal to 0. So set of zeros, and set of zeros for sine is, you know, sine theta is equal to 0. This double implies theta is equal to n pi, n belongs to z. This is the set of zeros for sine that you know. So set of zeros for sine is this, so theta is this. So therefore I am writing from here, this implies, right, in fact it is double implies x plus y by 2 is equal to n pi. So n pi, n belongs to z, or here same formula, only minus is differ. So x minus y by 2 is equal to n pi, n belongs to z, right? Now multiplying this here, what we get, this double implies x is equal to twice n pi. Okay, x plus y. Okay, I am writing minus y here, also taking y2 here, right hand side, right? And n belongs to z, or x is equal to multiply by 2, so twice n pi, and taking y becomes plus, n belongs to z. So combination of these two is twice n pi same, either plus either minus. So we will get x is equal to twice n pi plus or minus y, n belongs to z. That is the solution set of cos. So solution set of cos is x is equal to twice n pi plus or minus y, n belongs to z. Solution set of sine is n pi plus minus 1 is to n into y, n belongs to z, and tan is n pi plus y only, that you have to remember. So same thing, now it is given here, tan x is equal to tan y, tan x is equal to tan y, right? So this implies tan x minus tan y is equal to 0. And also it is given that if x and y are not odd multiple of pi by 2. So x and y are not odd multiple, that is x is not equal to, this is not. So x is not equal to twice n plus 1 pi by 2, right? This is pi by 2 and this is odd multiple, right? So is both x and y. So x and y is not equal to twice n plus 1 pi by 2. That means cos is not equal to 0 and cos y is also not equal to 0. So converting this into sine cos, what we get? Sin x upon cos y minus, sin x upon cos x minus sin y upon cos y is equal to 0. So cross multiplying, we get sin x cos y minus cos x sin y is equal to 0, because cos x is not equal to 0 as well as cos y is not equal to 0, because cos x not equal to 0, cos y not equal to 0. This indicates these are not multiple of this. that is the meaning of this is cos x is not equal to 0 and cos y is not equal to 0, because this is the set of 0 for cos, right? So cos x is not equal to 0 and cos y is not equal to 0. Now this is the formula for sin a minus b. Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. So this is sin x minus y is equal to 0. So set of zeros for sine is this theta is equal to n pi. So in all three formula, if you have a set of zeros of sine is there, right? So you have to write here also set of zeros of sine and again sine, and in first you have to apply that also. So x minus y is equal to n pi, n belongs to z. Taking y to right hand side, this become x is equal to n pi plus y, n belongs to z, right? So solution set of 10 is x is equal to n pi minus, n pi plus y, n belongs to z. Set of solution set of cos is x is equal to twice n pi plus or minus y, n belongs to z, and solution set of sine is x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n into y, where all n belongs to z. That you have to remember these three formula. This is one, that is this statement. Theorem number 1, theorem number 2, and theorem number 3. You have to remember these three formulas, right? Solution set of sine, cos, and tan, that you have to remember. Okay. So now equations we have to solve, right? So given find the principal solution of the following equation. Now principal solution means lies between 0 to 2 pi. All possible values lies between 0 to 2 pi. And general solution means you have to take for any integers n, right? So general solution of sin x is x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n into y, n belongs to z. For cos, x is equal to twice n pi plus or minus y, n belongs to z, and for tan, x is equal to n pi plus y, n belongs to z. That are the solution we learned in previously, right? Before this example, three theorems we did, theorem 1, 2, and 3. But we have to find out the principal solution, means a possible value of x lies between 0 to 2 pi, means first after completing one rotation, right? So sin x is root 3 by 2. So sin is root 3 by 2 for sin 60, that is pi by 3. But this is given plus value, means all possible values. So in quadrant, you know, for unit circle, I am drawing unit circle, right? This is circle, you assume, right? This is first quadrant 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, and 2 pi. So all possible values lies in between 0 to 2 pi is called the principal solution. Now here for this unit circle, you know all Sachin, that is S and cosec, Tendulkar means tan and cot, and C, that is cos and sec, are positive or other are negative, that is all STC, either all Sachin Tendulkar card, right? So sine is positive in first two quadrant, and second quadrant sine is positive. So first quadrant, this is as it is, that is this is your answer is, this value is 4 pi by 3. So sin x is equal to sin pi by 3. This is one possible value, sin x is equal to sin pi by 3. And second value possible is, sin x is equal to, now second quadrant means you have to go pi minus, and you also know first quadrant as it is, second quadrant 1 less than the denominator in numerator. So if we write 1 less, then this is 2 pi by 3. So this is sin 2 pi by 3, right? So sin x is equal to sin 2 pi by 3. So principal solutions are x is equal to pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3. So therefore principal solutions are x is equal to pi by 3 and 2 2 pi by 3. Got it? So all possible values of x in 0 to 2 pi. Now why we consider only first two quadrant? Because sign is given positive, so we have to consider only positive values of sign, that is in first two quadrant. First quadrant, this angle, this is for pi by 3, that you know. So this is pi by 3, and in second quadrant if you want to go, then pi minus either you know first quadrant as it is, second quadrant 1 less than the denominator, third quadrant 1 more than the denominator, and fourth quadrant 1 less than the double of denominator, you know, right? Either second quadrant means pi minus theta, third quadrant pi plus theta, right? First quadrant again 2 pi plus theta, but in this here you have to consider theta, and fourth quadrant is 2 pi minus theta, that you have to remember. So this is second quadrant, so pi minus theta, theta is pi by 3. So if we take this pi minus pi by 3, we will get also 2 pi by 3. Instead of doing this whole thing, remember as it is, 1 less, 1 more, and 1 less of double, that I teach you in our first lectures, right? So principal solutions are here, this. Now for example number 19, it is given tan x is equal to minus 1 upon root 3, right? So tan is negative. Again I am drawing a unit circle because that is the most important part of these solutions. So I am drawing a unit circle here. So this is your unit circle. This is origin, this is x, this is y, this is x dash, y dash, right? 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, and 2 pi. Now all S, T, and C. But value of 10, this is, now forget the sign. 1 upon root 3 means 10, 30, 30 means pi by 6. So 10x, this is your pi by 6, this is only. I am not considering the sign, this is pi by 6. Because 10 pi by 6 is 1 upon root 3, 10, 30. So now minus, 10 is minus in second quadrant and fourth quadrant, 10 is negative, right? So this is 10 negative, right? 10 negative in fourth quadrant and second quadrant, all positive, 10 positive. So in second quadrant, pi by 6, that is pi minus pi by 6, right? So 10x is equal to 10 pi minus pi by 6, 1 less than the denominator, that is 5 pi by 6, right? And another value, 10x is equal to, now fourth quadrant, 2 pi minus, this is 2 pi minus, so you can make this 2 pi minus pi by 6, that is 11 pi by 6, 6 into 2, 12, minus 1, 11 by 6. So this is 11 pi by 6, either 1 less than the double of denominator is 6, double is 12, less 1, 11. So answer is 11 pi by 6, right? So therefore, principal solutions are x is equal to 5 pi by 6 and 11 pi by 6 and 11 pi by 6. Suppose you want to write the general solution of this, right? Then you have to consider a first value, that is smallest value for general solution as a theta, that is pi by 3. No need to take the another value. So general solution, suppose you want to write general solution, right? X is equal to n pi, right? So x is equal to n pi. So this is n pi plus minus 1 raised to n into y. So what is y? Pi by 3. Sin x is equal to sin y. Remember our formula. Sin x is equal to sin y. So sin x is equal to sin y is pi by 3. So pi by 3, n belongs to z. This is your solution. Did you get it? Right? If it is given sin x is equal to sin y, this double implies x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n into y. N belongs to z. This is our theorem number 1. So applying theorem number 1 for general solution, n is n pi minus 1 raised to n, you have to write only y. So out of these two principal values, you have to take the smallest one, that is pi by 3. So consider this. Now here, this is the 10x is equal to 10y. This is the smallest, this is the fourth quadrant, so this is first. So solution of 10x is equal to 10y is theorem number 3. 10x is equal to 10y. This double implies x is equal to n pi plus y. N belongs to z. This is your general solution for 10. So general solutions, x is equal to n pi as it is plus y. So what is y? 10x is equal to 10y. You have to take the smallest. So first quadrant, first, second, third, fourth in the order. So this is in second quadrant. So you have to take 5 pi by 6. So n pi plus 5 pi by 6. N belongs to z. This is your general solution. Okay, got it? So we are going to solve more examples in next lecture. Okay, till you may practice this thing. Okay, and I will start from exercise questions of this type, so you will get benefit of this. Okay, either do it yourself या दे दो एक्सरसाइज का. ओके, तो आप प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, मैं देता हूँ. तो एक्सरसाइज का जो क्वेश्चंस है वो क्वेश्चंस है जनरल सॉल्यूशन, दैट इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you have to do exercise 3.4. in that question number 1, question number 2, question number 3 and question number 4, right? So first is 10x is equal to root 3, second sec x is equal to 2, third cot x is equal to minus root 3, and fourth cosec x is equal to minus 2, right? You have only three solutions, sine, cos and tan. So don't worry about sec. It is 1 upon cos. So cos x is 1 upon 2. Tan x is minus 1 upon root 3. So tan x is minus 1 upon root 3. We did this here. So no need to explain more for this, right? And cosec is minus 2. That is sin x is minus 1 upon 2, right? So take according to this and solve yourself. If you have any problem, then contact me. Okay. So from next lecture, we are going to solve or find out the general solutions of these questions. Okay. Thank you.